I've got a cut file, and I got it from the Etsy shop of Virginia Walker. It is a COAPA Cutfile, and you can find it in her Etsy shop under COAPA Cutfiles. It's called Slam Dunk, and my kids got a basketball hoop and a couple of basketballs for Christmas. They're obsessed with basketball. And so I thought I would take a heap of photos and back a cut file for you. And this piece of paper that I've got that I'm backing it onto is ancient. I'll be honest with you. It's about 15 years old. It's made by, just reading the back of it, it says Terry Martin, and it's called Creative Imaginations. I have no clue if you can still get it, but I loved it, and I bought it about 15 years ago, hence why I gutted it and kept the edges and really tried to use all of it. It's really weird because back in the day, like, scrapbooking paper was literally paper. Like, it's so thin. It's crazy. Whereas now we sort of expect a bit more out of our cardstock. Like, we want it to be card. So, but anyway, times have changed. So I know you all know how to back a cut file. However, I'm new to this whole video thing. So I'm actually practicing how to make it not look so awkward on video backing a cut file. I don't know how people make it look easy. Honestly, I don't. I find it really hard to keep it flat, not get your head in the video, and so you can still see what's going on. Here I'm just adding, see how I'm just putting the D back into place, and then adding the centerpiece. That's just so that you get it lined up perfectly and you don't have to sit there, and there's nothing worse than backing a cut file and it's a word or something like that and you've put the centerpiece back in it slightly crooked. Just do that. It's so much easier. Now, as far as the net goes, I wasn't sure whether I wanted to back it with a colour or not, and I decided not to. And I ended up just using a bit of foam and raising it up a little bit, and it looks really good. It actually looks like it's hanging, which is good. Now, believe it or not, one of the reasons I chose this piece of paper was because one of the balls that my daughter got is half blue and half purple. It literally, and it's the same colours. It was perfect. So at this point, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And if there's any information you can give me that would improve your watching experience, whether it's music, whether it's not, please let me know. I'm really trying to just find some friends with similar interests, and I'm down here in Australia and it's hot at the moment, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to give this YouTube thing another go. I tried 3 years ago and it just got the better of me. I had ill health. Still not great, but I had ill health and it was too hard. I'm giving it another red hot crack. So if you think it's okay, you think that I'm doing all right, please invite your friends over to have a quick look, maybe subscribe, chuck me a like if you think it's okay. I do waffle a little bit, so sometimes I might just put some music over it. Sometimes I find that's good for something different. So now I'm just backing on just some plain black cardstock. To be honest, I got it from Amazon and it doesn't have a name. It's just called black cardstock. That's literally all it has on it. So I guess you could call it no name, or do we call it Amazon cardstock? I don't know. The white cardstock is American Crafts textured cardstock, because at this stage I was thinking very simple, keep it simple, make it all about the slam dunk word, and I wanted to get the photos on there Sometimes I like doing pages that have lots of technique involved and one main photo. But other times I'm a storyteller. I really like the story, and having I really like having the whole story there, and I think in this situation you need to have several photos so that you can understand what's going on. Here I'm just using up some of my creative memories. I realise if you're a CM dealer, I do realise that this is the thin tape. I'm trying to use it up. It is literally 15, maybe 14 years old, and it's still going strong. It's perfect, and it is still just as sticky as it was the day I bought it. It's fantastic. I love creative memories. But I'm not a consultant anymore. But I still have stacks of their stuff, so you will see it from time to time. But this particular one I was trying to use up because my tape holder, I'm trying to think what it's called, is actually, it's actually broken in half. And I've still got a few, I think I've got about 6 rolls left. So I really wanted to use them up because it's just wasteful. And yeah, so finally get that phone out of shot. I'm terrible with my phone. Something I need to be more mindful of is keeping the phone out of the shot. That I will do. I've also realised how cluttered it looked. So I made these little trays. You can see these little trays that I've got either side of me. My bin off to the right hand side. Right top is my bin, and then where the slam dunk is, that's where I'm keeping all my bits that I want to put onto my layout. What else? This is where I decided to change my mind, and after sticking the white down and everything else, I thought, you know what? It's a bit too plain. It's a bit too boring. So, change plans. I decided to ink up along the edges. The colour I'm using it's a Versacolor colour. It's 157. Its number is 157 and the colour is amethyst. That's what I'm doing along the edges. And then I realised, which the amethyst is exactly the same colour as the paper, which is bizarre. They were bought so far apart, yet they match perfectly. Everyone now, they have all these kits, and they buy the kits and they buy all the matching stuff, which is so good, and I wish that I did it that way sometimes. But I'm an old school scrapper, and I literally, this is where I have a bit of a change of thought. Hang on, slight squirrel. This is where I change my mind and realise that I think it needs some ink on it. Bit of ink on the page. That'll work well. And now I have to figure out how I'm going to do it without getting it on the edge. So just put a bit of that on the edge, keep it the same. Now the one thing I haven't done a lot of, is ink blending. It's something I haven't done a lot of. I don't know why. I always do ink on the edges of, when I'm doing a mini album, I always do it along the edges. If I'm doing photos and I'm doing them multiple photos in a layout or whatever, I like doing ink along the edges. But I don't really do a lot of it on here. That's why I look so awkward. Can you tell? You wouldn't think I've been scrapbooking for 20 years, would you? But yeah, so it took a little bit for me to get this blended. I'm seriously considering buying those blending brushes. If you've got them and you like them and they actually make it easier, can you let me know, please? Because I'm swaying left and right whether I should buy them, and I really want to get a lot more ink because I think I'm going into an ink phase where I just want ink on everything. I've had a few of the distress inks and I've played with those a little bit. I really like how you can activate them with water, and yeah, I really like that. So I kept trying to add just a little bit more, just trying to blend out the edges. I don't know if I do this successfully. It looks good in the end, but I think I probably could have done it a little bit better. Um, but I'm my own worst enemy. So I really see how that looks? I think that looks a lot better. But I think it's a little bit light. So I think what I need to do is introduce another ink. I actually have a Tim Holtz distress ink, and it's called Seedless Preserves. And oh, I've just skipped over that. There you go. Seedless Preserves. I added that on top. So I actually blended the Seedless Preserves into the amethyst, and then I activated it a little bit with a few little sprinkles of water on there just to get those little spots that you can see. And then I don't know why I skipped over the good bit and then left this bit. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, so backed. It always looks messy. I don't know how anyone can make it look good on the back of a card file. Then I used my art glitter glue. I love that stuff. It's so good. I use it in all my mini albums when I make those. And it's so good. It sticks and there is no coming back from it. It's amazing. There's no glitter in it in case anyone's curious. And yes, I do get it in Australia. It is hard to get, but I do get it. I actually got the last lot of mine from Paper Maze online, and they were really efficient. I placed the order over New Year's, and I had the order back to me within like 4 days, which is bizarre because Queensland at the moment we're going through a big wave, a COVID wave. And did you notice? Look, the A. Yay! I remembered. I cut it out. I got it. But that's it. So that's my page. And then I do journal on it, but I like to leave my journaling till the end because it's personal. And I just journaled around the very outer edge, around all the way around the edge, which was good. So if you like it, guys, please, I would love a subscribe. I would love a like and invite your friends over. Thanks for watching.